Good morning, I'm Clinton Griffiths. As scouts head out on day 3 of the Pro Farmer Crop Tour, they won't be just trying to survey and measure corn and soybeans, but trying to stay cool. High heat in the forecast again today for both the eastern and western legs of the tour. Take a look at this map from the National Weather Service. Check out the maximum daytime high temperatures for today. Around Illinois and Iowa, where scouts will be spending their day, temperatures are expected to be in the triple digits. And it's much the same story on Thursday.
Coverage of the 2023 Pro Farmer Crop Tour is brought to you by Pioneer. Pioneer combines cutting-edge research with one of the largest local testing programs in the industry to help farmers succeed. Pioneer, what's next happens here.
And it's obviously not just people that will be suffering in this high heat, but crops and livestock as well. But the heat started to creep in on Tuesday as scouts in the east made their way from Indiana into Bloomington, Illinois. Farm Journal's Tyne Morgan kicks off our team coverage of day 2 of the tour. From there, Tyne, drought not much of an issue in Indiana, and USDA has called for record corn yields for that state.
Well, Clinton, we know that just one route does not speak for the entire state, but the route we were on Tuesday in Indiana, scouts there definitely did not see record yields. And part of that may have been due to the dryness that hit in early June.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
As day 2 of Pro Farmer Crop Tour sprawled across Indiana in the east,
Pull out of here.
scouts found a solid stand count in corn. And in soybeans,
Count 39.
the pod counts were also strong. But for Eastern Leg agronomist Mark Bernard, Indiana's corn crop wasn't impeccable on his route.
Well, a little bit disappointing on the corn side relative to what the hype was when we came out here. On this route anyway, on the first 4 samples, it hasn't really blown me away.
Bernard says field by field, he was more impressed with what he saw in Ohio the day before.
The first one out of the chute today looked really, really good, but it was only 14 kernels around, so that takes a little bite out of your yield. We're probably looking at someplace in the 190 range. And that's not bad, but it isn't the 200 plus that I was expecting to see.
Most of the things that we see right now that are having trouble or challenges were planted after Mother's Day and on.
But Brian Schrader says even with those issues, he still thinks his area of Indiana will see an above average crop.
What percentage of that above average will be seen at this point, but I feel very good about where we're at. Little disease coming in late that could have some impact, maybe not so much on plant yield, but on harvestability.
The biggest concern right now, tar spot.
In my geography, I'm seeing it significantly higher levels than what I've seen in the past years.
He says it's the crop planted after Mother's Day that's the most susceptible right now. It's also the later planted soybeans he's concerned could take a hit from this week's heat.
There's a lot of these beans that because of our recent rains have got some pods in the top that could still come on and develop, but the heat could really have an impact and take those out.
We're seeing very deeply rooted plants in general on the tour, and that means that the plants are breaking off at the stem instead of coming out by the roots, which is unusual. It shows that there was moisture stress in June, which has caused the plants to become more deeply rooted, and now they're more resilient.
A possible sign of hope that these soybeans could weather some of this week's heat. Reporting from Eastern Leg of the Pro Farmer Crop Tour for Ag Day, I'm Tyne Morgan.